Imagine being told you're not responsible enough to live in a house you found and secured for someone else. Now, imagine that same person, months later, is locked away and begging you to give up your entire life to save that very house. This isn't just a story about a brother, a jail cell, and a house on the line. It's a cold, hard look at what happens when loyalty is a one-way street and the bill for bad decisions finally comes due. The question isn't whether the family is mad they are. The question is, was this a bridge Op absolutely had to burn to save their own life? His story begins when the original poster's brother finally got out of his first stint in the system. Everything seemed primed for a clean slate, and Op was ready to help. They didn't wait around. They did the hard work, locating a place, making it secure, and getting everything ready for them to room up and rebuild their lives together. But when the dust settled, the brother had a stunning verdict for his own sibling. He refused to live with Op. Why? Because according to him, Op was somehow not responsible enough. Let that sink in. The man just released from a correctional facility was the one claiming to be the judge of responsibility. It was a slap in the face that created a bitter chasm between them. But the ultimate irony of that accusation was still months away from being exposed. Hurt but resolute, Op didn't spiral. Instead of begging, they simply moved on and focused on their own life. In the time that followed, Op doubled down on their own stability, securing their own apartment, a place they've now called home for 3 solid years. Their own life was built on a foundation the brother claimed they weren't capable of laying. Meanwhile, the brother, now on parole in his own place, was apparently enjoying his newfound freedom alone. This is critical. Op's entire argument hinges on the fact that they created their own separate, secure life, not a temporary one. And the clock on the brother's freedom, unfortunately, was about to run out. Less than a year passed. A fragile year of freedom. Then the inevitable and shocking news hit the family like a falling hammer. The brother, his parole had been revoked. We don't know the exact details, but the result was clear. The house of cards came down. He was back behind bars. This meant more than just a loss of freedom. It meant an immediate crisis for the house he was living in. With no one there to maintain payments or residency, the property he valued more than his own brother was now in immediate jeopardy. This is where the entire narrative comes full circle, leading to a request so unbelievable it's hard to fathom. Trapped and desperate, the brother did the only thing he could. He reached out to the one person he'd previously dismissed as a liability, Op. The request? He asked Op to move into his house and hold it for him, so he didn't lose it while he was gone. Think about that. The request for a massive, life-altering favor from the same sibling he had kicked to the curb. He needed a reliable, responsible house sitter, and suddenly Opus was the only answer. But the irony wasn't lost on the person holding the 3-year apartment lease. This was a defining moment, and Op had the perfect ice-cold response ready. The audacity of the request was met with a clear, concise, and utterly justified refusal. OP's exact words were a verbal hammer blow, a perfect mirror of the brother's past cruelty. The house that you didn't want me at with you after I found it and secured it. No, I am not letting my apartment I've had for 3 years go so you can kick me out when you get out of prison. It was a brutal summary of the risks involved. Giving up a stable life, only to be cast out again once the brothers' legal problems were solved. It wasn't about revenge. It was about self-preservation. Op refused to become a sacrificial lamb for someone else's repeated failures. Unsurprisingly, the family immediately turned on Op, calling, texting, and unleashing the full force of a classic guilt trip. They saw a house and family unity. Op saw a potential financial disaster and a guaranteed betrayal waiting to happen. In the end, OP made a difficult but entirely rational choice. They prioritized their own 3 years of stability over the temporary crisis of a brother who only recognized their value when he was in a jam. The family can be mad, but OP's decision was the only one that didn't risk destroying their life. Was Op wrong to refuse? Or were they simply the only person in the family responsible enough to draw a boundary and protect their own future? Let us know what you think.